Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you arithmetic sequence. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. So we know that term 3 is equal to negative 8.7 and term 7 is equal to negative 2.7. So the question is, we need to work out the 12 terms, okay, of this arithmetic sequence. So to work it out, first of all, we need to find the rule for this sequence first. So we know that t of n is equal to the first term plus n minus 1, and we times the common difference, okay? So now what we need to do is we just use term 3 is equal to negative 8.7 and we substitute into the equations. So let's just use T3 is equal to negative 8.7. And now T3 is negative 8.7. So that means negative 8.7 will give me A, and we don't know what A is. And we plus, and n is the n term, so Tn, so n is 3. So this is n. So this is 3, so n is 3. So which is 3 minus 1 times the common difference. And we don't know what the common difference is, so we just write d. And we just simplify this. So we know that 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So that means, so negative 8.7 is equal to A plus 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times d is 2d. So now we have one equation. So let's just name this equation number 1. So equation number 1. And we also know that term 7 is equal to negative 2.7. So what we do, we just substitute that into this equation here. So this means that negative 2.7 is equal to A, and we're not sure what A is. We just write this down, and n minus 1. So n is 7 because T7 is equal to negative 2.7. So that means n is 7. So we go 7 minus 1 times d. And we know that 7 minus 1 is 6. So 6 times d is 60. So that becomes negative 2.7 is equal to A plus 6d. So let's name this equation number 2. So now we have two equations. So we just solve this simultaneously. So to do this, so I can just use equation number 2. We're going to minus equation number 1. So in another word, negative 2.7 minus negative 8.7. So I'm just going to put that on the calculator. So just go negative 2.7 minus and negative 8.7. So that gives me 6. So 6 is equal to, so now we have A minus this A here. So we cancel out. Now we have 6d, we minus 2d. And 6d minus 2d will give me 4d. So 4d. So that is equation number 2. We minus equation number 1. So what I do now is I just divide by 4 on both sides because I solve for d. So I divide this by 4 and I divide this by 4. So that cancel out. So 6 divided by 4 is 3 over 2, which is 1.5. So therefore, d is equal to 1.5. Now we have d, so we need to solve for a. So to solve for a, we can either substitute d into either equation 1 or 2. Doesn't really matter. So let's just substitute d equal 1.5 into equation number 1. So let me just move this up a bit. So I just go substitute d equal to 1.5 into equations number 1. So this equation here. So now that will give me negative 8.7 is equal to A plus 2 times 1.5 because 2d. So d is 1.5. So 2 times 1.5. So that give me 3. So let me just move this up. So that becomes negative 8.7 is equal to a plus 3. So what I do now is I just move this 3 on this side. So now we have a is equal to, so negative 8.7 minus 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So negative 11.7. So negative 11.7. Otherwise, you can just put down on a calculator negative 8.7 minus 3 and you should get the same answer. So now we just write out the rule. So the general rule is T of n equal a plus n minus 1 times d. So we know that a is negative 11.7 because we already found it here. And then we add n minus 1 times the common difference. So the common difference is 1.5. I just write 1.5. Now we need to find the 12 terms. Okay, so the 12 term of this sequence. So T12. In another word, so T12 is equal to negative 11.7. We add now 12, n is 12. So 12 minus 1 is 11. So 11 times 1.5. So now that should give me, so I just go negative 11.7 and I plus 11 times 1.5. So there you go, 4.8. 4.8. So let me just write, therefore, T12 is equal to 4.8. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, we need to find the 15th term of this sequence. So T15. So we need to find the 15th term. So now we know that the second term and the fifth term of this sequence is this. So let me just write this down. So term 2 is 14. And we know that term 5 or the fifth term is 53. So what we need to do is we just need to find the rule for the sequence first. So we know that the general rule for this is Tn is a plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So now what we do is we just use term 2 equal 14, which is substituting that into the formula. 14 is equal to a plus n minus 1, but n is 2. So therefore, 2 minus 1 is 1 because term 2 or second term, okay? So n is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 times d is d. So now we have one equations. We now also know that the fifth term of this series is 53. So in another word, term 5 is 53. Again, we just substitute into this equation here. So 53 is equal to a plus n minus 1. But we know that n is 5 because of fifth term. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So the answer is 4 times d, which is 4d. So that is equation number 2. So now we just solve this simultaneously. So what I can do, I can just use equation number 2 and we minus equation number 1. So we'll get rid of the value of a, which because we want to get rid of the a. So 53 minus 14. So just go 53 minus 14. So there you go, 39. So 39 is equal to, because a minus a So it cancel out. Then we have 4D and minus D. So give me 3D. So the answer is 3D. Let me just move this up. So 3D. Then to solve for D, I just divide this by 3 and I divide this by 3. So that cancel out. So therefore 39 divided by 3 is 13. So D is 13. Now we can find A. Since we found D already, so to find A, I just substitute D equal 13 into equation number 1. Of course, you can substitute into equation number 2, but number 1 is simpler, that's all. So now let me just write this down. Substitute D equal 13 into equation number 1. So this means that 14 is equal to A plus D, and D is 13. So just plus 13. So now what I do, I just move this on this side. So that becomes 14 minus 13. So the answer is 1. So therefore, A is equal to 1. So now that we know that T of N is equal to A is 1 plus N minus 1 times the common difference. So the common difference is 13. So there you go. So now we need to find the 15th term. The 15th term. So T15 if you like. So T15, so become 1 plus, so 15 minus 1 is 14. So 14 times 13. So that should give me 1 plus 14 times 13. So there you go, 183. 183. So therefore, term 15 is equal to 183. And I hope you got it correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.